Hi guys, I'm glad you're tuning in with me today. Hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. And today we're going to have a look at the Ethereum 2.0 staking ecosystem report by ConsenSys. So if you're interested in Ethereum staking and you want to have some insights on what the staking ecosystem statistics looks like, understanding what other Ether holders are going to do, are they going to stake the Ether with a third party, are they going to host their own validator node, how much Ether are they going to stake? Well, all this info is going to be in today's video. So sit back, relax and enjoy the video. My name is Kieran. I create DeFi and crypto content to make sure that you are ready for the next bull run. It's a very interesting report and highlights all the pain points, the incentives, the motivations of the Ether holders that were interviewed in the survey. In order to create this report, ConsenSys conducted a quantitative survey in order to understand Ether holders when it comes to Ethereum 2.0 staking. So I won't go through the complete report. I'll link it down below so you can look at it. What I want to share with you are the highlights of this report because I'm sure that's what interests you the most. So like I mentioned before, 287 people were asked. Even though the sample size is relatively small, 287 is not a lot of respondents, I still think it's possible to create some broad observations and deductions based on the respondents. Of the 287 respondents, around 65% plan to stake ETH2, and half of these 65% want to run their own validator node. So here we've got a donut chart with the ETH2 staking preferences. A partial response, 16.7%, is respondents that didn't complete the survey. Will not stake is 2.8%, undecided is 14.6%. Users that want to use a third party are 33.1%, and 32.8% want to run their own validator. So this is a very interesting segmented bar chart with the amount of Ether held by user type. They've got 4 different categories. Black is will not stake, blue is undecided if they want to stake or not, green is use a third party, and red is run my own validator. So it's actually quite interesting. Of course, those with less than 1 ETH, there's a larger portion that doesn't want to stake because they can't actually stake, and the amount that doesn't want to stake decreases the more ETH they've got. And of course what increases as well is the amount that want to run their own validator. What's actually quite interesting is even though many users have more than 32 ETH, they're still willing to go with a staking pool and they don't really want to stake and host their own validator node. That might be due to the technical difficulties and the steep learning curve involved in hosting your own validator node. It's understandable that staking rewards play a big role when talking about Ethereum staking, and those that plan to run their own validators, they expect an average staking reward of 5.8%, and from those that plan to use a staking pool, they've got an average staking rewards expectation of 7.6%. It actually makes sense that it's a lot higher than those planning to run their own validator nodes because a staking pool is going to take a cut from the earnings, and for those that are still undecided, an average of 9.4% is going to sway their mind and they'll become a validator, but it's not clear if they would host their own validator node or they would actually use a staking pool. And by the way, if you haven't seen it before, there's a fantastic Ethereum 2.0 staking rewards calculator on Google Sheets. And there you can use a lot of parameters to make pretty accurate estimations on your profit and costs of either your validator or your VPS. So I'll link it down below and you can check it out at your leisure. What's actually quite interesting is when these Ether holders were asked what kind of management features they would like, the most requested was slashing protection, because slashing is definitely one of the worst things that can happen to your validator. Now the second best option would be analytics and monitoring node, as well as slashing alerts. For those Ether holders that are going to use a third-party service, they've also got some feature requests, and the most requested is reward compounding. That means all their staking rewards get compounded, which is definitely a very good feature in my opinion. Then afterwards, what they also want is analytics and monitoring rewards, which was selected for 47.1%, and after that is as well slashing protection. But the slashing protection would only be for those people that are hosting the nodes with a third party. This is actually quite interesting. This is the trust gauge. So those third-party services that are the most trusted in the space. And the one with the highest trust element is Coinbase. Then afterwards is Binance and Prismatic Labs. I made a few videos on Prismatic Labs on how you can install the Prism Validator client on your machine. And then afterwards there's Stake, Stake Capital, Stake Fish, Stake with Us, so a lot of other third-party providers. In terms of education, I was quite surprised that less than 35% of the respondents to the survey indicated a sound understanding of ETH2 economics. But what doesn't surprise me is that, of course, those people that are planning on becoming a validator as soon as Ethereum 2.0 staking is possible, whether they've got the best knowledge in terms of staking, in terms of installing the validator, or the mechanics behind that, and those with the least knowledge have actually answered that they don't really want to stake, or they're more or less undecided if they actually want to stake or not. So it actually makes sense, because if they don't really understand how it works, they can't really build a proper opinion on the matter. That was today's video. Hope you found it interesting and you got a little bit of insight on what other Ether holders are thinking in the space, if they want to stake, if they don't want to stake, how much Ether they want to actually put into their validator or into a third party. So yeah, maybe it gives you a little bit better understanding of what's happening in the whole ecosystem. You'll find all the links down below to the article, the Twitter feed, and also the Ethereum 2.0 staking rewards calculator on Google Sheets. I wish you a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye bye.